one of the answers. Somebody said SDLC is a process. So trying to learn what is this SDLC? What is this process? Simple and straightforward. Voice, Pune. Fine. Okay. Right. Now, again, I'm repeating the same thing. Okay, so let's completely start with this now. SDLC, what do you mean by a process? Simple example. Imagine that you want a house to be constructed. You got some plot, right? Okay, 40, 60. And you want a house on this plot. Okay. Now, definitely to construct a house, there is some procedure. What is the procedure? The procedure is increase करने बोलो ना वहाँ पे. 1 minute, wait. Let me just find out there's some technical issue. Increase करने बोलो volume. Done? अभी और कुछ है? अच्छा कुछ है तो बता दो. Okay. Right. Now, what do you mean by ideally a procedure? If I want 40-60 plot a house to be constructed, there is a procedure. What is the procedure now? First, you will go to the architect. You will tell the architect, useless fellow architect, I want a house which has got a ground floor. Apart from that, these many bedrooms. There should be a separate sit out area. When you're bored, you can take little bit. Tea, coffee, I'm talking about. I don't know what you're thinking about. I want a puja room. I want car parking area. You are ideally giving him the requirement. What are you giving him? To whom you're giving? Architect. You're giving the requirement ideally to what? The architect. Correct? Now once you go ahead and give the requirement, architect will tell you that boss, give me 5 days time. I'll first come up with design. So this architect will take the drafter, will come up with a beautiful design from where the entrance will be, car parking, and of course today Vastu is also there. So Vastu is proper, puja room, bedrooms, right? So he's going to come up with a design. Who's coming up with a design? Architect. Once he comes up with a design, he'll call the customer. Hey customer, come here. You told me that you wanted a house. I've come up with a design. See that. Right? The design is going to be like this. I'll construct in this way. Are you okay? This guy says, yeah, fantastic. Okay. Sit out area, make it a little bit more bigger. Apart from that, everything okay. Because sometimes I alone sit, sometimes party. Lots of people. Tea, coffee party. So this guy went ahead, gave the approval of design. Who gave the approval? Custom to the architect. Approval is given. Once the approval of design is given, our architect will now take that design and give it to contractor. He'll call the contractor and tell, hey contractor, you see this design? Based on this design now, start constructing the house. Who's telling this? Architect. That based on the design, you better start constructing the house. The contractor now will first call the laborers who are very good at putting foundation, wall, ceiling. That is one set of work. Once all the walls, ceiling, everything is done, the contractor will now call ideally the next person, electrician. And he'll tell, I want a provision for AC here. I want, okay, UPS connection to be here. I want, okay, all this fan connections to be here. All that details is given. Who is giving this? contracted to the electrician. Electrician also came, he did his work, left. Then the carpenter came. Hey carpenter, you need to do all this carpentry work. I want a bed here, a door, window, puja room door, specifically in sandalwood. Specific requirement. Right? Like this, the requirement is given to carpenter. Carpentry also done. Then he calls a plumber, where all plumbing is required. Bathtub, tap, this, that. Plumber also did his work. After plumbing done, finally we are calling a painter. Telling the painter, paint the house, take the key. Once the whole painting is done, hand over to the customer. I'm following here a step-by-step process. What do you mean by that? Is first I will call, okay, the person who will construct the walls, and then the electrician. That's the procedure. I cannot call the electrician and tell him there is empty site, do electrical work, later tomorrow I will construct building. Understand the meaning of procedure, process. It is step-by-step process used to develop a software. And that procedure used to develop a software is ideally, right, what we are going to talk here about the process. Did you get this now? So to construct a house, so much of procedure. And moreover, while constructing house, every laborer has got specific skill set. Every laborer has got what? Specific skill set. That is, electrician can do electrical work. Carpenter, carpentry. You cannot tell this one day to the carpenter, hey, electrician is on leave, carpenter, you do electrical work. If that happens, tomorrow building will be there, you will not be there. Right? Every person has got some skill set, which is important for me to build the house in a procedured way. Like constructing a house, there is a procedure. Similarly, to develop a software also, we have got a process. And that is what we are going to learn here. What is that step-by-step process we are going to use to develop what? A software. You getting it now? So SDLC is all about step-by-step process used to develop a software. Okay? And what is that process? We are going to start with the very first process called as waterfall model. What's the very first process? So using waterfall model, how do we develop a software? That is what today's topic, the focus is going to be on. Is that clear? Let's make a note of it. Write down SDLC hyphen SDLC hyphen, write down it is step by step process used, it is step by step process used to develop a software. It is step by step process used to develop a software. Everybody write down the first heading now. What's the main heading now? We are going to look at waterfall model. Is that clear? So please write this heading, copy the diagram, and then I'll explain it in a detailed manner. Is that clear? Look at that now. Very, very first step. Copy this. right? Please write on the diagram neatly, because whatever notes I am going to give, it's not in the form of printed materials. We dictate the notes for a better understanding. Okay? You need to be very clear in terms of what you're writing. Alright, guys, stop writing. I'll give you sufficient time to write down. Just focus. Imagine you're working in a company and you guys need to now develop a piece of software. But to develop that software, procedure is important. Right? This is not your college project where you decided to do a project, did not work, pay 10,000 and take the project. Right? It's a company project where procedure is very, very important. And what is the procedure using waterfall model to develop a software? Let's see that. Right? Is that clear? Please let me read out what all it's written down. One is requirement collection, business analyst, product analyst, feasibility study, project manager, technical architect, finance manager, HR manager, business analyst. Design, high level design, low level design, again technical architect, senior developer. Coding done by developer and senior developer. Testing, test engineer. Installation, senior developer or installation engineer. Maintenance, developer plus test engineer. Now let's see this procedure. What is the procedure? I'm going to assume that ideally your HDFC bank, they require one online banking software. What they want? One online banking software where people can transfer money online, check the statements online, you can apply for loans online, right? You can make the bill payments online. I require one online banking software. What I require? Online banking software is required. Who requires this? HDFC Bank. Clear? Now, the moment these IT companies they get to know that HDFC Bank requires a software to be developed, all these IT companies will start chasing HDFC Bank. Wipro is now telling, hey, give me the project, I will develop. Infosys, give me the project. TCS, give me the project. Satyam, give me the project. Mindtree, give me the project. Everybody is chasing. Just like in India, how in the night dogs they chase every vehicle for no reason. Yes, I don't know what happens to these dogs. While you're driving, one day it happened that I watched some horror movie and I thought like let me not turn the AC on. I kept the window down. I'm driving. I was telling my friend, it was really scary, right? Suddenly one dog came, jumped and pow, barked. It was like literal heart attack for me. I don't know what happens to this dog. They chase you, then again, how they walk back again as though they have won something like this. Happily they walk back again. For the next vehicle, same thing. Now, all these companies are ideally going ahead and doing what, if you ask me now, they are requesting for the project to be given to them. What's happening out there now? They're all requesting for the project to be what? Given to them. Which means Wipro is asking, Infosys is asking, TCS is asking, Satyam is asking, everybody is chasing ideally for what? The project. Is that clear now? Now, HDFC Bank is confused. Whom should I give the project? Everybody is telling we are good, right? Whom should I ideally give what? The project now? That is the question. While all these people now are approaching, suddenly Wipro, right, gets the project. Why? Because everybody are giving ordinary biscuits. Wipro is throwing cream biscuit to attract them. Everybody is giving what? Ordinary Parle-G biscuit. Is giving what? Cream biscuit. This guy is telling, boss, you know what? Right? Whatever project wants to be developed, we can do better. Who's telling this? Wipro. HDFC Bank asked, how? How can you tell you are better? Wipro replies, you know this ICICI Bank project. Who developed? We developed. Right? Your competitor's product, we have developed. And we have got that expertise. Good developers working on banking domain and pricing also effective. Isn't it cream biscuit? Is it ordinary biscuit or cream biscuit? Cream biscuit. When you throw cream biscuit, HDFC Bank will grab it. Got it now? Which means step one in any of the organization is getting the business. Right? And how do we get the business? Don't tell me cream biscuit now. Right? How do we get the business? Interact with them, talk about your companies, how different you are, and try to grab the business. So Wipro got this particular project now, that HDFC Bank online application is going to be developed ideally by what? Wipro. Right? Ideally, it's going to be developed by Wipro. Now, project we are going to develop. But what should I develop in that project? Requirement only I don't have. So the very first step after you get the project, I'm going to start with requirement collection, wherein a dedicated person from Wipro, like business analyst, I will now send him to HDFC Bank. From where? BA is working for Wipro. I'm sending him to HDFC Bank. This guy goes there, meets the customer, and he starts asking the requirement. Hey, useless fellow, HDFC Bank, tell me what all features you want. Who is asking? So he opens up the laptop, Word document. Who is opening up? Obviously, Alia Bhatt will not open up the laptop then. If BA is going, he has to gather requirement. He opens up the laptop and asking, boss, what all features you want? Customer is telling, hey, I want transfer feature. Record it on Word document. Then what? Balance feature. Record it. Then what? Right? Okay, I want statements. Then what? This. All the requirement is being given. Almost 1 month over. How much? 1 month. Full 1 month. Our BA is busy gathering the requirement. End of 1 month, the requirement is almost 2000 pages. How many pages? 2,000 pages of requirement document is being gathered by what? BA. Look at that now. The very first step in your process of waterfall model is gather the requirement collection. In requirement collection, I get to know what all features needs to be developed. Yes, no. So our customer is giving requirement. Our BA is ideally gathering the requirement. Is that clear now? Now the whole requirement has been gathered. Step 1 done. The next step, let's look at that. Boss, requirement you have gathered. What is the guarantee that the requirement gathered out there, I can practically develop software? Is there a guarantee that practically I can develop software? For example, customer gave one requirement. I want one imaginary TV. What I want? Imaginary TV where I will look at the ceiling, TV should be there. I'll turn my head like this, TV should come off here. I'll blink my left eye, sports channel. I do it like this, news channel. I blink my both eyes, TV volume should increase. Boss, imagination is good. Practically I can execute or not, that's important. Just because as a customer you give me requirement, you cannot expect me to develop a software on that. You cannot expect that. Yes, I have to analyze practically possible to develop software or not possible. If somebody says construct a house in sky, can you? I will give you 10 crores, do it. How can you do it? We need to analyze the requirement gathered is practically possible to be developed or not, which many people also call that as requirement analysis. What they call this as? Correct? So how do we analyze now? After our BA, do not write the stories. No point. I will give you story to be written down. Listen to story first. Yes, do you like watching movie? While watching movie, do you write down? You put everything here, right? So ideally I tell stories in my class to put everything here. Then write down. Don't try to be Chitralekha in my class. So focus here very clearly now. Okay? Now, please concentrate here. After our BA gathered the requirement, the next step is going to be analyze that requirement. How to analyze? This BA will come back to Wipro. And he'll call all the people to meeting room. How? He'll first call. Hey, project manager, come to the meeting room. Come. Finance manager, you also enter. Hey, HR manager, come down. Should I tell you specially? Come. Right? Technical architect, come, sit down. I was waiting for you only. All the people are there in the meeting room. And BA is also there. Look at that, who are all there in the meeting room? And who is also there? Business analyst. This business analyst now tells, you know what? From last 1 month, I'm gathering the requirement. And based on the requirement, I'll explain what customer wants. BA started explaining 1 hour over, 2 hours over, 3 hours, 4 hours. At the end of 4 hours, everybody understood the requirement. Who everybody? Everybody understood. After these guys, they understood the requirement. Now they will analyze from their point of view, feasible. Yes, they are going to analyze. How? First, this guy will analyze. Who is this guy? One Buddha fellow. If you look at this guy, right, he has got 25 years of experience. How many years of experience? There's one Buddha fellow where he knows what kind of development, he really knows what kind of development, which technology should be used. Java is better, or PHP is better, or .NET is better, or Ruby on Rails is better. What is better? Who analyzes that? What kind of server should I use for the installation? On what kind of operating system we will deploy? Who is analyzing it? Use this fellow. Who is analyzing it? Are you Gajini? Short-term memory loss. Who is analyzing it? Technical architect. Such technical fellow with wife also speaks only technical things. 0.25 gram of salt is less. Papa, wife ran away. Full technical fellow. He analyzed. Oh, this requirement, technology wise feasible, He's analyzing and telling, yeah, feasible. Who said feasible now? This guy whose wife ran away. You'll not remember now, forgetting the interview, right? At least you'll remember his wife ran away. Right? Who's analyzing technology point of view? He's analyzing. Technically possible? He says yes. Who's telling yes? Technical architect is telling yes. Next guy is analyzing now. Our finance manager, who does only two things in life. Like our this, we have got this gold loans. You see that? Profit or loss or. Loss or profit or. Wife or gone. This guy is analyzing, are we making good profit? Just taking a project is not enough. With the project, profits are important. Because our managing director has very clearly told him, hey boss, you make good profit, take project. Otherwise, keep quiet, sit down. Who's telling this? Managing director. To whom? Finance manager analyzed. Oh, this much money I'm getting it from client. I'm spending this much money. Profit this much. Finance manager is also telling what? Okay. Who's telling okay now? Who all said okay? Buddha fellow. Then, finance manager. Two people done. Next comes is your HR manager. Now, HR manager job is to analyze, right, that from the resources point of view, is it feasible? Do we have people to work on the project? You have to analyze that, right? You cannot directly start off project. Okay, you take the project, employees only not there. Is it good? Everything has to be planned. So HR is analyzing, and HR says we require 6 to 9 years experienced people, then 1 to 3 years, and then freshers. 6 to 9 years we require 20, 1 to 3 years we require 40, freshers we require 60. I'm not talking about that quantity 60. Now HR manager is analyzing and says, boss, 6 to 9 years experienced people, we have got it. You know this ICICI Bank project? Just now got over. Bekar fellows, they are sitting on bench, doing nothing. Every day morning they come, nicely drink free tea, coffee in cafeteria, watch TV. After watching TV, go back home. So 6 to 9 years people are readily available. Right? Who are readily available? 6 to 9 years of experience people are readily available. 1 to 3 years, don't worry. Consultancies are there. Yes, our consultancy people will go ahead and send the people. We will recruit freshers. So don't worry. Because freshers, one job opening, 100 will come off. Automatically they'll come. It's like honeybees. Wherever job opening, they'll be standing in the queue without knowing what's happening. Interview. Job. Started off. How should I give you job? Give me job. How? Give me. Do you know something? No. Give me job. Fantastic. That's what's called as fresher. Now, ideally, this is for everyone. Don't pinpoint at your friend now. You only. You are also same only. Every fresher does the same thing only. Moment they hear the word job, 2-3 buses they will change. Nicely they will do makeup also. Full formal shirt, file. Till 7 o'clock they'll wait. Nothing will happen. They'll get lost again from there. Yes or no? That's what is happening. Anyway, let's come back to the topic now. Now, look at here. Our finance manager did feasibility study from finances point of view. Technical architect did feasibility study from technology point of view. HR manager did feasibility study from resources point of view. This project manager is not speaking at all. Why? He doesn't have tongue or what? Right? Why is he not speaking? Huh? He'll take the feedback from everybody, taking one pennu paper. Oh, right. Now look at that. This guy is just like our Indian team captain. As she said, takes the feedback from everyone. Whenever there's a critical situation, what our Indian team captain does, what Dhoni does, he'll listen to all. Which means the feedback, he'll listen to all. Finally, he will do what he wants to do. Final decision maker. Because he knows very well, our Indian team captain knows very well, anything goes right, he will be praised. Oh, Dhoni, Kardi Anhoni, everything they will put. Suddenly, right, one or two matches if he's losing, Dhoni, right, gone. He knows very well. Anything good happens, he is responsible. Anything bad happens, he is responsible. So this guy is like final decision maker. He listen to all. A technical architect, tell what? Feasible, okay. Finance manager, feasible, okay. HR manager, feasible, okay. Finally, he will analyze. Right? He will think. If everything is okay, he takes a call, okay. If everything is not okay, he will tell what? Not okay. If it is not okay, his team will not take the project. He is the final decision maker. If you look at here, we are doing feasibility study to analyze the requirement given. Practically, can I go ahead and build the software for that? And we are doing feasibility study from resources point of view, finances point of view, technology point of view. If all the feasibility study is correct, then what? Take the project. Make sense? Yes, no. Look at what is the first step. Are we following a process? Or it is some kaka shop? No. Is it a procedure? What is the first procedure? Second, what is feasibility study called as? Now look at that, guys. Once we guys go ahead and ideally do this feasibility study, we ideally start off with design. Why, sir? Why design? If I now tell him, construct a house, give me design. Not there. Construct, go. I will give you 2000 pages book. Read, understand and construct. Easy, huh? No. For example, I'll tell her, hey, manufacture car. What kind of car? You see this book? Full requirement is given. Read requirement and manufacture car. Will she be able to do it? No. Whenever you are manufacturing something, design is important. Looking at design, developing becomes easy. I'm going to talk a lot about design in some time. But in a high level way, design, when I'm talking about that, we have got high level and low level. Got it now? For example, now when I talk about high level design, just the diagram of car. Low level design, how the wheel should work, how the gearbox should work. Low level design, that's logic. High level design is look. You're getting it, everybody, now? So please look at that now. When I'm talking about design, it's done by technical architect and in case of house, architect. In case of software, and senior developer. These guys will come up with a beautiful design, and that design is what we look at and start writing down the code. Who writes the code? Amitabh Bachchan. Software developer will write the code. Once the coding is done, it goes for testing. Hey, check. Software is good, bad, check now. Tester will check. If software is not good, tester will go back and tell the developer, chi chi tu tu. Who will tell this? Tester. Whom is telling? That's why I tell, tomorrow if you get a testing job, never marry a developer. Because always fighting will happen. Tester will find defect, developer is always disappointed. Yes? Now, please look at that here. We go back, communicate that defect, Fixing of defect happens. Again, you do what? Testing. Is that clear now? Once the whole testing is done, now you know super duper software it is. What software it is? Super duper software. Quality software it is. Which means now we install that software with the help of what? Or installation engineer. Once the software is installed, people like you and me, we start using it. And while the software is in use, we require maintenance. What if I'm using software, it stopped working? Don't you think I require maintenance, Yes. So what I'm trying to tell here is, as long as software is used in business, we'll keep maintaining that software. Isn't it step-by-step procedure now? What definition I gave, does it make sense? Look at that. Step 1, requirement is gathered. Step 2, analyze the requirement. Practically, can we build the software? Next step, come up with the design. Next step, then after coding, after testing, after installation. See that now? Simple and straightforward. That's why I said in the beginning, SDLC is step-by-step procedure used to develop a software. Then what should be the definition of waterfall model? Step by step I'm developing. That is SDLC. This comes under SDLC. First process under SDLC. Definition can be like this. Here we carry out sequential way of developing a software. How we develop the software? Sequential manner. Software is developed in a sequential manner in case of waterfall model. We do it in case of what? Waterfall model. In a sequential way, we develop the software. Did you get this, guys, now? Yes, for sure. Guaranteed. Let's make a note of this then. Write down the diagram and then I will explain in a much detailed manner. We just got the overview, right? We're not talking about that in a detailed manner yet. So I'm going to talk in a detailed manner in the next few minutes. Complete the diagram and then the definition I'll give you. Please write this down. And don't show your, artistic skills here of making it colorful. You have to be quick. Don't start using color pens here. Green color, pink color, red color. Right? Write down, write down. Use as follows. 5:30 batch starts at 5:30. Okay? So coming early here, not accepted. Right, there also somebody 5:30 batch. Sit down, sit down. You want to watch the story again? Repeat telecast of movie? Huh? Not visible, Now? That's fine. See, one seat is vacant there, that side. Okay, done. Write down the definition in waterfall model. In waterfall model, development of software is carried out sequentially. In waterfall model, development of software is carried out sequentially. Did you get the definition now? Now let's proceed further. Sir, you said requirement collection. And you said it is done by developer or business analyst. Correct? Yes? Now the question is, sorry, it's done by business analyst or product analyst. Now the question is, sir, Why can't a developer gather requirement? Unnecessary waste of salary. Agreeable. Separate employee, separate salary. Let developer only do. Are you thinking like this? Yes, Kanjus fellow? Yes, no. You must be thinking. When I said Kanjus, now, no, no. Before telling Kanjus, everybody are telling what? Yes, yes. Right? Why can't a tester do this? Let developer only do. Let tester only do. Why BA or PA? They should gather requirement. Let's understand this story now. See, every lecture of mine is moreover like a story. Right? It's like storytelling. You listen the story, you remember the concept. Even programming goes on like story only, most of the time. Right? You listen the story, you understand what? Programs. Now, let's look at why do we require a dedicated staff. So I'm going to tell you one more story now. Ready to listen? Okay. Now this story is about a person working in ICICI Bank. Where is he working? ICICI Bank. And this guy is working here as a manager. As what? Manager. And he has got 7 years of experience in banking domain. Who has got 7 years of experience? Manager. But this guy is quite disappointed with his life. Ask me why. Properly. Requesting way. Why, sir? Ask like that. Alright. When you ask me like this, I become emotional every time. And I cannot control myself from answering. Why is he disappointed? Because every day same work. Every day same people, early morning get up. Same newspaper. Same wife. Will throw coffee in the same way on his face. Drink coffee. Go to office. Office also same query. Same work, same dabba colleagues, same problem. That's why he's disappointed. Who is disappointed? This is a story happening in. Now let's come to here, Wipro. Let's see in Wipro what's happening now. In Wipro, we have got HR and a lady business analyst. There should be a difference between boy and girl, right? So I usually write down ladies in this way. I know the hair looks really very horrible. It's like some coconut tree. Now, anyways, if you look at this lady business analyst, she decided to quit a job. She decided to do what? Quit the job. So she goes to the HR and tells, hey HR, my marriage is fixed. I want to quit the job. Now, please understand out here, HR cannot go ahead and now tell, hey, first is work is worship, marriage later. You cannot quit the job. Can I go and do that? You cannot go and do that. Right? Work is worship. HR if it tells, next day Bangalore Mirror, pakka. News will come. So out here, right, please understand, when we are talking about this BA has ideally what? Left the job. And there is a job opening. Where is the job opening? Wipro. For the position of? So now Wipro decided to give one advertisement. Where to give advertisement? Times of India. One advertisement given Sunday, walk-in drive in corporate office of Wipro. Right, there is a walk-in drive happening out there. People excellent with the communication skills, good in banking knowledge, carry 2 photographs, come down. Who's telling this? Wipro is telling, or newspaper. Advertisement is in newspaper. Wipro is human being. All these while people are thinking Wipro is human being. Now look at that advertisement given in newspaper. Who gave it? Now the newspaper, right? Okay, goes to what? This guy's house. Next day morning, same wife, same cup of coffee. Advertisement is different, but Now the advertisement he picked up and noticed, oh, they require a guy with good banking knowledge. They require a guy ideally with excellent communication skills, minimum 6 to 9 years of experience, right? This question is being what? Now asked to him. He's reading the newspaper. He decides, oh, I have got all this skill set. I will attend the interview. Anyway, this guy is bored. He decided, let me change the job. At least something new I will see. Yes, no. Now this guy Sunday goes to Wipro. Where he goes? Who is going there? Manager of ICICI Bank. Interview started. HR started asking question. What is this? This guy replies, this is this. What is this? This is this. What is this that? That is that. What is that? That is that. Did you get that? HR impressed. Oh my God. Such a knowledgeable guy. HR said, congratulations. You selected. How much salary you want? This much. You like my knowledge, you have to like my salary also. Yes, no. This guy went ahead and is being appointed as BA, who is ideally a manager. Boss, job opening was for BA. And I picked up whom? What is this? Can you just tell me why did I do this now? A manager appointed for the BA role. You know why I did this? You remember our client? Who is the client? Now see here. You're all here degree holders. You're not domain experts. You're all freshers. Technical guys you are. Might be electrical, electronics, mechanical, civil, diploma, whatever it is. Keep it with yourself. So ideally you're all degree holders now. Imagine I'll send you to gather the requirement for the billing software. Let's see whether you understand. I'm your customer, you are BA. Let's try. I want a billing software with a ledger maintained in it. There should be a balance sheet which I can prepare. Not only that, income tax, service tax, professional tax of employees should be calculated. It should give me a reminder about advance taxes when it needs to be paid, right? Capture the requirement. Did you understand? Everything flying above the header, not entering the header. Yes, no. Or imagine, same people, that's you. I'll send you to now marketing company. They require one software. Let's see whether you understand. I want a software to do the costing for 10 seconds FCL. Every 10 seconds FCL commercial, it should calculate the amount and give me the billing. It should also now give me the report on the overall FCL happened per day. What did you understand? Did not understand? Let's try this. 4 GB RAM, 1 terabyte hard disk, Windows 10 operating system. Did you understand? So keep quiet and do that work. You're not a domain expert. Domain expert, it means chartered accountant is a domain expert. A domain expert in finance sector. Now if a guy, the customer is from finance sector, I send a technical person like developer, he will not be able to understand anything because there's a communication gap. As I remember once I went to the doctor, I said, doctor, I got a little bit throat infection. After he checked, he went out and used some technical term. I got tensed up. What happened, doctor? What are you talking? He said, like, don't overreact. Little bit of viral infection in the throat, you can take these antibiotics. Useless fellow, doctor. If you use your MBBS terminology, how can an engineer understand? For me to understand, that's a jargon for me. That terminologies are not what? Relevant to me. I am an IT guy. You talk about development, you talk about testing, you talk about IT sector, I can understand. That day I got to know why doctor marries doctor. Because papa, doctor, husband, engineering, wife. Both will marry. Doctor will tell in a romantic way something in MBBS language. Engineering wife did not understand, misunderstood, for no reason divorce. Which means that is a trend going on. Doctor, doctor, engineer, engineer. Yes, no. Don't tell me unemployed, unemployed. Right? Now, please understand, you need to be a domain expert to understand the opposite person. Agreeable? What do you mean by domain expert? It means that if my customer is from HDFC Bank, then the BA also should be from the banking sector so that he can understand the requirement well. Then he can translate that requirement into a language what ideally our Dabba developers can understand because they are technical guys. And this BA is what? A domain what? Expert. Did you get this now? Why we require dedicated people now? Did you get it? So don't do conjus work of sending a developer, okay, a domain expert, which means if my customer is from marketing domain, right, BA also should be from marketing domain. Is that clear? If my customer is from healthcare domain, then the BA also should be from healthcare domain. If my customer is from banking domain, BA also. Did you get it? Who is a BA now? Let's add this point then. Will you ever forget this now? No. Okay. Write down quickly. Note point number 1. Business analyst. Business analyst is a domain expert. Business analyst is a domain expert who gathers the requirement who gathers the requirement from the customer who gathers the requirement from the customer in business language in business language and then translates that and then translates that into a language what developers can understand and translates that into a language what developers can understand and translate that into a language what developers can understand. I hope like you're clear till here. Sure, guaranteed. Okay, now let's proceed further. Now if you look at your diagram, there is BA or PA. BA, business analyst. Now see, what is the difference between BA and PA? It's very simple. Don't tell me spellings are different, right? I did not ask you to explain these sort of differences. Whenever you're looking at the companies, there are two types. One is service, right? And two, product based. Now service based company, what they do, right? They've got a customer. Now they take the requirement from what? The customer. Then they develop the software and give it back to customer, for which they charge money. That's called as a service agreement. Got it? For example, you give your bike for servicing. He will service the bike, give it back to you, take the money. He cannot do this. He takes your bike. After doing servicing, he likes it, so he decides to keep it. And he says, how much money? Take, go, get lost. Which means I leave my car for servicing one day. The showroom person says, I liked your car. I'm keeping it. Take the money and go. Boss, service. The development company can never retain the software. Your job is to take the requirement, build the software, give it back. For example, Central. You know the Central in this road? Where you do time pass? Especially whether boys does or not, girls, they definitely do time pass there. In the ladies section. Sales is very less. Window shopping is very high. Yes, have you seen? Yes? What were you doing there? Study. What is that? Nodding his head. Girl section. Okay, anyway, leave it now. Ideally, what I notice is window shopping. People, they get dressed up and photo for Facebook. Upload the photo, leave the things back. Boys section is not like that. They go, they purchase, they come back. Otherwise, they don't go at all. What is this? Oh. Okay, anyways. Now, look at that. Central came to me and said, I require a billing software. I'm a developer. I said, fine. I'll develop the software, give it back to them and take money for the development. I cannot tell them, after I develop the software, I cannot tell Central, hey, I developed it, I liked it, I will keep it. Service agreement. Which means in service based company, we have got a business analyst who interacts with the customer and gathers what? But in a product based company, our customer only not there. For example, if you talk about Microsoft, do they have customer? They're building product which they sell it, like Windows operating system, MS Office, and so many other things. Or you talk about McCafe. It's a product which they sell it in what? Open market. I don't have customer here. So how to gather the requirement? So there is where our our PA, product analyst, will do a market research activity. What is market research? What is market research? Like our market research activity says, only 10% of your engineering crowd is placed during engineering. Rest all are unemployed because they don't know anything. That 10% they learned something on their own, they got it. Rest 90% of the statistics tells that these useless fellows have by hearted in engineering. Statistics. When I do the market research, I get to know this. For example, Flipkart did this market research activity. Oh, people are shopping online nowadays, right? And how the shopping was happening? You know, earlier there was Amazon.com. Services were not in India. Even after I came back here to India, I was so used to purchasing product, okay, on Amazon, that after coming to India also I used to place the order. But delivery used to not happen here in India. I used to give my friend's address. I used to purchase online. It used to go to my friend's house in US, right? And from there I used to tell him, when you're coming to India, keep quiet and get it along with you. Correct? So this guy used to get that particular thing to India. Now Flipkart started noticing, oh, many people are doing this. They're purchasing product on Amazon.com and friends are getting to India. Why shouldn't I start that in India? They started off. Right? Now how did they get to know? A market research activity. Like Ola Cab. Product. Right? They made thousands of crores. How? Very simple. Right? You got to know.